Hey everybody, Pastor Cal. Got a nice little video for you here today. As you can tell, I'm out in the woods and I'm going to be teaching my son some survival skills today. So him and me are both out here. This is not what I would call a real survival tutorial. This is more of a getting your feet wet kind of a thing. And I want to take it easy for my son so that he can enjoy being outside in the outdoors, where learning these skills aren't a pain to him, at least not yet. So today we're going to be mainly focusing on building a shelter, and we'll go ahead and we'll run you guys through that too, and you get to see what we're doing. I am not in the woods, like in a national forest or anything like that. Yuck. My neighbor has been gracious enough to let us come out into his backyard, so to speak. He's got about 30 some acres or something, and most of it's wood. And we come out here to hunt all the time anyways. He's been real nice letting us do that. So we come out here and hunt, and we know his property pretty good. And that's where we're going to be doing our okay, man. Okay, I know where I'm going now. Usually we come out here during the spring or the fall, and that's when we do our deer hunting, our turkey hunting. We'll come out for squirrel, but never this late in the summer when everything is really green. As you can tell, it's nice and green out here. But we have like little landmarks that we can look at as we're trying to get back to our blinds and stuff like that. When everything's nice and green, and it gets a little more difficult to figure out where we're at. But there's enough game trail here that the deer have plowed down that we know what to follow, where to follow. And we're easily less than a quarter of a mile from my house. So if anything does happen, we're safe and secure. I want to give my son that kind of peace of mind. So I'm walking right now through the woods just to kind of give you guys an idea of the beautiful woods that we're going to be staying in tonight. And I'm getting close to where we're making our camp up. Like I say, it's not going to be a true survival video. We're just going to be looking at shelter today, and it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been out in the woods, so this is going to be good practice, refresher course for me. And I'm looking forward to just hanging out with my son tonight. We're going to stay out here overnight, build the shelter, start a little fire, and I'm not going to make him eat insects, roots, and tubers or catch what we eat yet. We brought some food with us. We'll show you guys that later. And we'll sit around the campfire and just relax in God's creation, and that's something really cool. So I hope that you will enjoy this video, and hopefully you will learn a thing or two, maybe what not to do. Like I say, I'm rusty, but maybe what not to do building a shelter. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll show you I'm coming right up onto I was going to say I'll stop the video, but we're coming right up onto our camp right now. Oz is busy clearing down a spot where we can start building the shelter. And we're just going to I want to make it secure enough for him where he feels safe, and we'll see how long that takes. But yeah, he's clearing off all I don't know if you guys can see, but the ground is just littered with leaves and sticks and old trees, and you got to be careful about ticks. So that's what we want to clear away, all that old growth, that old debris down here. And that way we don't get ticks. We brought tick spray with us because, let's face it, I'm teaching, we're not surviving. So we're going to be as prepared as we can for this one. So here we are at the camp. And there's my son Oz. He's done a great job. He's cleared out a good portion for us. Now this is where we're going to be at. Now that's the ground. And then, yeah, he's cleared out so much for us right now. That is good. So this is where we're going to set up our little shelter. Now, what's interesting, if you can see all the way down there. And if I turn around, you can see all the way back there. This is actually one of the trail that deer use a lot and other animals. So we're probably gonna get some activity tonight, and that'll be fine. Nothing to be nervous about. We brought our rucksack with all our stuff in there, and just for protection, there are, what do they call them? Coils, wild coyotes, mutant coyotes, whatever they are. Just for protection, we just brought the shotguns. So we've got that. That's about the only extra thing, really, that I would bring in, a survival situation. Usually it's going to be whatever you can put on your pack. But like I say, this is more of getting him eased into survival and camping and being outside in the wilderness. So say hi to everybody. Hi. Man, he needs to shut up. He takes up too much time on the camera. Okay, guys, we're going to start building, and I'll turn the camera on every once in a while just to give you an idea of our progress and stuff. So again, hope you enjoy the video. All right, guys, we're starting to build our shelter, put up some supports and stuff in the area that my son cleaned out. Right now, he's hammering down these support poles. And if you ever built a shelter, you kind of see what's going to go on here. We're hammering these down into the ground, and then we're going to lay logs this way. And that'll give us our base going up. And we're also going to do one in the back. And since it's pretty warm right now, we are not going to worry about closing it off on the front. We'll have the campfire out in the front of us, and that should be good. Ozzy's using just a primitive stone tool right now, literally a stone tool, a nice flat rock, just a pound in our support beams. We'll have one there, then one more will go back here, and then of course we'll need to put a couple along this line right there. And what we're doing is getting sticks the right size that we need. These need to be sturdy enough, but they don't have to be all that thick, because we are going to lash them with some P-cord. And then we're just chomping away with the hatchet here on the very edge. So all you're trying to do is hack away and create a point. And that's basically what I'm doing with my hatchet there, is just, I'm going to go around the edge and create a point so it's easier to be driven down into the ground. And then we'll put all these supports up, and we'll start getting some bigger, thicker wood, maybe about that size, roughly, or smaller. And that'll be our walls. So we'll see how that works out here in a bit. All right, everybody, it's been a long day. It's getting, what time is it anyways? Late afternoon? 4:40. 4:40, so it's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We've been at it for about six hours now. And we've kind of got our little shelter and camp and everything up and running. We're getting ready to start a fire. And Ozzy's going to try that with a little tool that we have, a little flint striker. Always like to pick up little things, try them out. So that's what we've got today. I want to show you guys our little shelter right now. And this is what we've been hard at work at. Alrighty, so there we go. That is the shelter that we have made. It's not perfect, but I'm getting older, and it's about what we can handle today. Like I say, it's about 5 o'clock. We are pretty exhausted and ready to eat something. So this is about what we've got here. We've got our Mylar space heating blanket down there. That should radiate heat off the ground. It shouldn't get too cold tonight. We're looking at like the 60s. So we have that down there just to kind of keep our bodies a little bit warmer in the shelter. We did it with sleeping platform. We're going to try it out. Not the most comfortable thing in the world, but at least it'll get us off the ground, and that's the idea. And that's kind of how we did it. We front and back with 2 of these pegs right there, laid your beams out that way, and then once you have it on both sides, we have it over there as well, you lay out beams across them, and that gets you a pretty good, let's see if we can get down there, pretty good space off the ground. So that's how we did it. And we did the same thing here. We actually have a tree here, and then one of the beams holding it up and coming it across. We've got a lot of wood that we're going to be chopping up and using for fire tonight. But yeah, that is the shelter that we did. I got it reinforced in the back, off the back poles right there, so nothing can happen. Just notched them and slid them in, put them into the ground. and that is our shelter with 2 tarps going over it. Now, in our survival kit that we bring out, our rucksacks, that's what we've got right there is our rucks. I suggest always in a survival bag carrying tarps with you. So that's what these are for. That's what I wanted to show my son. Always have a couple of tarps with you. Make sure that you have a hatchet, saw, things like that to be able to do stuff like this. Definitely a hatchet and a saw are very valuable out here. So make sure you have those in a rucksack. Later I'll go through what I actually have in my little coffee tin there. It's a survival kit itself, and any other kind of fun stuff that I've brought with me. You want to make sure your pack is comfortable to carry. We made that mistake today, and they were a little bit heavier. We do have our shotguns with us tonight. Again, just to help my son be a little bit more at ease in case something, we get coyotes or something sniffing around the camp, which shouldn't be a problem. And we've cleared out enough space, and then we've got our fire pit right here. And my son has dug it down into the ground, and we're going to start the fire here in a little bit. But yes, there you go. That is our shelter for the evening. Just something, this is a warm weather, obviously. You can see plenty of gaps in the back. It's warm weather, so I'm not too worried about it. It's mainly keep the rain off. Now, I've got another space heating blanket because obviously my son has a ruck and I have a ruck. If we needed to, we would throw that Mylar space blanket over across the back here and insulate it that way. If it was more cold, yes, we would more than definitely make a smaller shelter. Using one of the extra tarps as, a wall in the back to close off gaps. We definitely want to use straighter wood, but that's what we have to work with now, and it's okay because, as I said, it's very warm weather out here. So there's our shelter, and we're going to go ahead and start the fire, and we will show how we're going to do that here in a bit with one of these. There's a flint striker on the end of that. So that's kind of a neat little gadget that my son actually saw, and we're going to give it a try right there, and you rasp it off the pole, and we should get a spark. There we go.
There you got it.
There we go.
There you got it. Second, I thought you took the magnesium striker on fire.
Huh?
I thought you put the magnesium striker on fire.
All right, so we finally got it going. There we are. little flint striker, and using my knife actually was better than what they gave me. So we got a fire going, and we'll be able to cook some dinner here pretty soon. We're getting the fire. It's a going now, and we're going to drop our food on here. And like I say, we are not savages. I'm out here teaching my son how to build shelters. We've accomplished that tonight. And now we are going to cook up some, just some chuck fillets, and that's pretty much it. Now, I've got my rucksack. I've got my coffee can, which inside has some survival gear. I promise I will go through that with you. And one of the most important things to have in your survival kit: seasoning salt. Never leave home without it. I'll tell you what, it'll make worms, insects, and anything else you want to catch and eat taste 10 times better. I always have it in my pack. So we're going to season this up a little bit.
So what is in the seasoning?
Seasoning? That's a secret. No, actually, it's just Mediterranean. What is it? It's Mediterranean or Himalayan pink salt. That's what I'm trying to say. Ground sage, fennel, and some garlic and pepper.
Yeah.
Now, I got some potatoes. These are still good. But what happened is, of course, I'm an idiot. I left them in the refrigerator overnight without anything, so they got a little brown. But that's okay. We're going to steak and potato this up. We're going to throw some tomatoes in there.
Oh, yes, something delicious.
So, there we go. Steak and potatoes our way. What we're going to do is we're just going to set it right here on this stone, and hopefully the heat, there's a little bit under there that we push some coals underneath, and hopefully that'll heat up the stone and heat up the skillet, and we should have food here pretty soon. I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, it is getting close to evening, and we have eaten our food, which was really, really good. Like I say, there was just a couple of, what were they, chuck fillets, steaks, and some, the potatoes came out pretty decent. They're still good, even though they got a little oxidized. But yeah, now we're just kind of sitting here, getting the fire going. And Oz is working on something over there. And we're going to get ready to bed down for the evening and try to get through tonight. So we'll see how that goes. I know Oz is a little bit timid right now. That's why I want him out here, so he can be familiar with the sights and sounds. There is nothing you have to really fear in nature itself. You have to have a healthy respect for it, though. And there is not much in nature that I do fear, but I will respect it. I will be cautious of it. I will take precautions. That's why we're going to have a fire going all night. And then, like I say, in case something does happen, coyotes, we do have bears in the area, just small black ones, not the big brown ones. We don't have grizzlies here in northeast Pennsylvania. But yeah, we've got what we need to protect ourselves. And I think our shelter is at least a decent deterrent. Not really a deterrent, a barrier. If something wants to get through it, it's going to get through it. But at least it'll kind of, okay, can't go that way. And then with the fire being close up front, it probably won't come that way either. So I know this is not helping him right now, but these are things you have to think about. Since it is getting kind of late, I wanted to show you a little bit what I have. There isn't much in my rucksack. I've got a few items. I've got, up here, I got a tea kettle. Yeah, I brought a book out to read. I got a little cushion right there. The big thing that I have that is always in my rucksack is this, the coffee can. And what's in here, this is still being added to, obviously. You saw the flint striker that I had. Got the P-cord one didn't seem to work really well, but that orange one worked a lot better, so I think we'll be going with that one. Seasoning salt. I have some rope in here. Now I have used the rope already. Got duct tape. Always have duct tape with you. Cool thing about having a coffee can, one, it keeps it organized so it doesn't all rattle around in there. You can also catch water in it, boil water in it, and I've got a second little can here, and that's also for the same thing. So I could like boil a ton of water, pour it into the small one, and take small sips out of it, or, you know, if I want to cook in one, drink out of the other one. This is a prescription bottle. But inside, as you can see, I've got some fishing gear. I've got line, bobbers, sinkers. I got a couple of lures. So it's a fishing kit in a pill bottle. I got some tweezers down there and some twine. So that's what's in here. Now, there is other things that I can put in here, and of course, I am going to be adding to it. I just wanted for me and my son to come out, take kind of just what we needed. I have some extra P-cord in there. I've got a hatchet. I've got a saw. And, of course, I've got a few fixed blades and folding knives. Those are what you're going to need. I also have my multi-tool. Tarp, that goes into the rucksack as well. Yes, there is a lighter there. You always bring out multiple ways to start a fire. Today we had a lighter, but we got it going with the flint striker, so that's cool. Oh yeah, we only used it once. The magic of editing. Huh?
Since it's my first time out, we might as well go easy, right?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that, but my son said, yeah, it's not true survival because he's getting used to the world around him, being in the outdoors and stuff like that. So we're easing him into it. So I want to make it as enjoyable as possible for him as well.
Here's a switchblade built from the wolves.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why we have a few extra things. I'm mixing survival with camping for him. So that is just fun to do. Be out here, teach him some shelter building, some fire starting. And not everything goes as planned. Absolutely not. The shelter isn't exactly how I want it. I guess I'm getting old and I'm rusty, so we've got to work on that. But yeah, we brought bottled water because there is not a water source near us. Like I say, we were only less than a quarter mile away from my house, maybe 300 yards, if that. And if we needed to run back home and get something, absolutely, because I want him to enjoy his time out here. So that's pretty much it. We're going to bed down here in a little bit. We're going to get up in the morning and we're going to have some Spam for breakfast. Then we're going to take everything down. We're probably going to leave the logs and stuff here, maybe stack them, something like that. But then we'll pack everything out and come back out here again sometime, maybe in a few weeks, maybe during the fall. So yeah, we'll probably do some more things like that, look at different shelters that we can build, even if it's as simple as just coming out here in the outdoors and enjoying it and recording it for you guys, because there's so many different things in survival that we can cover. We've covered shelter building. I've done that with my son, showing you guys how we have done it. And it's relatively simple. It just takes a lot of work. And you won't always find the perfect trees and things like that to build your shelter with. So you have to work with what you got. And as we get closer to colder weather, we'll have to adapt what we are doing right now. And it's always about preparation. You know, you can call it a cheat if you want that we bring things out in the rucksack and in our survival packs. The number one key to survival is preparation and knowing where you're going, what you're doing, and what you might need in that situation. That is what's going to increase your odds of survival. That's pretty much it. So I don't know if I'm going to do anything in the morning, make a video or something. It all depends on the battery life of my camera, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, hey guys, Pastor Cal here, and we made it through the night. So our little shelter worked pretty well. The shelter itself worked real well. However, our bed frame was not comfortable in the least. This is the first time I've actually done a bed frame like that. It was something new that I was trying. As far as the shelter goes, I've built shelters before. Again, this was a first-time attempt for me to build something a little bit more complex. As I said, I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't been out in the woods for a few years, and we needed to, test our skills a little bit, building the shelter and everything. So I think the shelter actually worked really well. I stayed pretty warm. Oz unfortunately got a little bit chilled, but that's because I was a bit closer to the fire than he was, and I had to keep getting up throughout the night. I got up about every half hour to stoke the fire, add more wood, just to, for warmth for him, and then also so, keeps any animals at bay. Because we did cook food here last night, and we wanted to keep that away. Heard some coyotes, probably about, what time do you think, buddy? Maybe 3. Yeah, we heard them about maybe 2, then 3. Then we just waited for first light at about 5:30 this morning, and it's about, 5:36? Basically, Oz got to doze off a little bit here and there. His side was not that comfortable, and I felt terrible about it. Bad daddy. But yeah, we did make it through the night, and we're here enjoying a tasty beverage of teapot right here that we just put over some hot coals. See if I can get a good shot of that. We're making some breakfast right now. Oz has already eaten. It's just Spam and some very thin cut steak with more tomatoes in it. But there is something about waking up out in the wild, and actually I have a lot of energy despite not sleeping. I think maybe I got about 40 minutes of sleep, if that. 30. It was a long night. It really was. You think you got any sleep, buddy? No. So we're just going to go ahead and tear this puppy down probably within about the next 15-30 minutes or so, and head back and take some showers, lay down in a comfortable bed. Oz, how do you feel? Tired? Okay, so how was your first experience doing this kind of survival, kind of building your own shelter?
It was fun till I had to sleep. It was not fun then.
Are you kind of feeling a little bit better with some food in you right now? And
Kind of, but I still feel the same.
yeah, there's just something about the sunlight coming up, though. At least you kind of, all right, I got that energy to get us back home. There's something about going back home, So it was pretty decent up until, you look comfortable at the very first beginning of the night. Looked like you caught a little bit of sleep, but then it just got really annoying, huh? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this. I decided to go ahead and do a morning video. This is all just trying to get us back into the woods, get us back into a little bit of survival. I try to make it fun too, because I don't want my son to be, not enjoying it. I want him to be out here in the woods. Caught a cute little fawn about 40 feet away from the camp here. Its head was really down low, and in the light it looked really gray, and I was like, oh boy, where's the shotgun? But it turned out to be a little fawn, so I was just trying to get his attention. A little Bambi out there. Unfortunately, this wasn't too much. This was just an experience video, just to kind of show you that the style of shelter that you can build, to show you that, hey, even when you have the skills and you've had the training, if you don't get out there and practice, you get rusty fast, real fast. So always try to get out there and practice. Now that I'm out here and my son kind of wants to do some more of this stuff, I definitely try to get some cooler weather, build some shelters appropriate to that. I've got a few ideas. Thinking about investing into a couple of real lightweight, easy store hammocks. That might be good. And again, it's all about preparation. Remember that. You can say, well, that's cheating. You're bringing out stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what you should do. Whether you're hunting, hiking, fishing, it doesn't matter. Take what you think you're going to need in case you get lost. Always be prepared. What is it? Semper Fidelis is always faithful. And then Sharknado made Semper Paratus pretty common, is always prepared. So always be prepared. Don't be afraid to take stuff with you when you're going out to learn survival stuff, because it's not cheating, that's survival. 90% of survival is being prepared. All right, guys, I hope you like this video. Thanks for sharing this experience with us. It's been interesting to say the least. We're going to go home and relax. So make sure you like, subscribe. If you got any questions or comments, please don't hesitate, put them down. Cheers. We'll see you in the next video. God bless you.